So this next part of your review, you are rearranging and you're solving for a variable, one of the given variables. So, for example, let's do number one together. So it says m equals n plus I, and they want you to solve that for I. So you want to get I by itself. So here's I, we want to get this by itself. So what's with the I is the n. So how do we move the n? Well, we just subtract. So remember, whatever you do to one side, you got to do to the other. Draw your fence. Negative n plus n, those go away. And on this side, you're left with m minus n equals I. Let's look at another one. Let's go ahead and do 5. So 5 says a equals pi r squared, and they want you to solve that for r. So we want to solve for this guy right there. So to get r by itself, we can treat anything else as we would as if it was a number. So a equals pi r squared. Well, what's with the r is the pi. So we're going to divide everything by pi. So you get a over pi equals r squared. And then we got to get rid of the power of 2. We just want this to say r. So we're going to take a square root of both sides. So this gets me plus or minus the square root of a over pi equals r. And this is your solution for that one. Let's do 6 together as well. So 4x divided by 5y equals z, and they want us to solve it for x. So what's with the x? Well, first of all, we have the 4, and we also have division by 5y. So first, undo the division. So to undo division by 5y, we multiply by 5y. So these 5y's cancel out. This is going to be 4x equals 5yz. And then now we're left with 4 times x, so just divide by 4. So you get x equals 5yz divided by 4. Let's look at one on the back. Let's go ahead and look at number. Let's go ahead and do number 10. So 5y plus 4x equals 12. So this is the variable that we're solving for. So if you remember, we're doing order of operations backwards. So here I have an addition. So I'm going to subtract 5y because it doesn't have an x. So those 5y's cancel out. And I get 4x equals 12 minus 5y. And then now what's with the x is the 4. So we're going to divide everything by 4. So this is x equals 12 divided by 4 is 3. And then 5 divided by 4, we'll just leave that as 5 over 4y. And so that's your solution for that one. So that's basically how all those work. Just pay attention to what variable they're asking you to solve for. Let's do one more. Let's do 13. So 13, what you want to do is notice they're asking you to solve for a. And notice there's an a in the top and an a in the bottom. So if we do our order of operations backwards, since we're solving, there is no addition and subtraction. We have it in the top of the numerator, but there's no other addition and subtraction. So since it's taking place in the numerator, we first need to get rid of what's in the denominator. So we first need to get rid of 2a. So we're going to multiply by 2a on both sides. Remember, whatever you do to one, you got to do to the other. So what happens is this 2a and that 2a cancel each other out. So you're left with 2ay equals a plus b. And just keep in mind they're asking you to solve for the letter a. So next, let's subtract a from both sides. This is 2ay minus a equals b. And then notice I have 2ay and I have an a. Those are a common factor. So we're going to factor out the a. This gets the a. So instead of having two a's, now I only have one a. So what's left when I divide everything through by a is 2y minus 1, and that equals b. We're almost done at this point. If we want to solve for a, we just need to get a by itself. To do that, we need to get rid of this mess. So we're going to divide everything by this. 2y minus 1. So a times 2y minus 1 equals b. We're going to get rid of 2y minus 1 by dividing everything through by it. So these cancel out, and I'm left with a on the left side, and on the right, I got b divided by 2y minus 1. Okay, so in the next video, I'll go through the next part of your review, which is distributive property and factoring.